Okay, it's just making sure that this board is working. And I won't stay on just a few minutes because I just got home from work. I still need to take my bath, and get ready for bed and all that. But I want to read you a poem that I wrote today, and I kind of made Natalie nervous because when I was talking to her at work, I'm going to tell you what I was thinking, and this is my honest thoughts. This doesn't mean anything bad. Natalie, if you want to share my link in Discord, so Savvy knows I'm here. Um, but it's nothing bad. What it is that I talk about, what happens if I disappeared? What happened if I disappeared? Would anybody miss me? Would anybody care about me? Would anybody wonder where I went to? You wonder sometimes, do people really care about you, or are they just being kind to you? Are they using you for a purpose, and then when the purpose is done with you, are they going to leave you high and dry? Because that's the way life is in this world a lot of times, right? So it's really hard to know what to do sometimes, okay? And so sometimes I think, maybe this world would be better off without me. Maybe I don't make an impact on anybody. Maybe nobody cares about me. Maybe I haven't helped anybody. Maybe I've never really done anything to do anything for anybody. And people really don't care about me. Have you guys ever felt that way? That's what this blog is about. So I'm going to read you my poem, and then I will explain to you my reasoning behind the poem, even though I kind of touched on it. I told you what I said to Natalie at work, but I haven't really gotten deep into the reason I feel this way. So here's the reason I feel, and so let me read the poem to you that I wrote tonight on my break, on my 15-minute break, and then I will explain my reasoning, okay? So, have you ever wondered what life would be like if for one moment you could disappear from the world, leave a note to your loved ones, and walk away without a trace? Have you ever wondered, do you really make a difference in anybody's life? Have you wondered, if you were gone, would anyone care? Have you ever wondered, if you stopped all your social media accounts, quit YouTube, since I'm a YouTube creator, and I know a lot of YouTube creators, would anybody notice? Would you be missed? Like Katy Perry said, throw away your phone and find out who really cares for you. Have you ever wondered, if you did, would anyone care enough to find a way to look for you and find you again so they know you were okay? Or because they missed your voice, your smile, and the way you would talk or text with them? If one day you never showed up for work, would any of your coworkers care? Have you wondered, would they shrug their shoulders and say, well, guess we need to hire somebody new to help the others, without a care in the world or a thought about you? Have you ever had these thoughts? Have you ever wondered if you meant anything to anyone at all? Or were they just being kind, but would be glad you're not around anymore? If you have, you are not alone. Have you really wondered? I know sometimes I do. To disappear, to forget everything, to clear your head, and when you return, will anyone be happy to see you? And the reason I wrote this poem is because, I don't want anybody to worry. Hey, hey Max, and hey the Stock Explorer. Um, so I wrote this poem because this is deep, okay? Because I've had these thoughts in my head sometimes. I think we all have. We've all been so stressed out with life that we just want to leave everything behind, throw it all away, like Katy Perry says in song, throw my phone away, find out who really cares for me, because the ones who really care for me are going to figure out how to find me. If I no longer can text, they can't call me no more, they can't talk to me on social media anymore, they're going to find a way to find me. That's what Katy Perry is saying in that song. Throw my phone away and find out who really cares for me. So the thing is about life is we get super stressed and so wrapped up in our stress, in things that are going on, that sometimes we cannot clear our heads. We can't really be ourselves the way we need to be because we're so stressed out with work life, Sock Explorer says Walmart sucks. Yes, it does. I meant that. That it just makes it hard. And so I contemplate some days. I wonder what would happen if I ever disappear. If I just walked away from my life. Everybody thought I was dead and gone. Nobody knew that I was alive. I went and lived in the mountains for a while and came back home. Would my husband be happy to see me? Would my family be happy to see me? Would my workmates at work be happy to see me? Would my job be willing to let me reapply and welcome me back with open arms? More than likely not. Huh, your work don't care about you. You're just a number that they can replace in 2 seconds. They don't like the way you smile, the way you talk, the way you move. And if it's the right boss, they're going to find a way to get rid of you. Or they're going to wear you down, hoping you'll leave and quit. Example, I worked at Valmar. I thought I found my niche finally. And so there I was so good at what I did that I could take a woman back to have a bra fitting. And all it had to do was look at the way her bra was fitting her, and bam, go out there, grab the size. I didn't even need to measure her. Bra fittings are supposed to measure. I didn't have to measure her. I could look at her and know what size she needed just by the way her bra was fitting. As soon as I got her in that fitting room, go out there, grab her right size bra, turn her around to the wall because that's how we're trained to do it. Put her in the bra, have her get fitted in it just correctly, and show her, teach her how to get in it the right way. And then they would look and they'd be like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this." I had people kiss me. I don't know how many women, when they got in the right size bra, says, "Oh my God, this is how a bra is actually supposed to feel and fit." I was like, "Yep, you've been in your wrong size for XYZ. You've been wearing two cup sizes too small. Your band has been way too big. That is why you're falling out. That's why you're constantly fighting with it." Da da da. And they would just, I actually been kissed. I've been hugged. I've been danced with. They would hug me so tight that they'd be jumping up and down and dancing with me. I've got to where I had people driving from Chicago, Illinois, driving from 4 hours away just to see me. They would call the store to find out if I personally was working there because their friend or relative that lived here in my town, in my state, had been fitted by me, and they were telling them how wonderful I was. So they didn't want anyone else touching them but me. So they would drive up to 4 hours away just to be fitted by me. These women who didn't care, they would have a car full of them come, and then they come in, and I would just like my eyes would get really wide, and they'd be like, "Okay, you got the curly hair." So they're like, "Are you Elaine?" And I'd be like, "Yes." I'm like, "Why?" And they'd be like, "My sister so and so told me about this and how amazing you were with the bra fitting and da 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 da. I live in such and such, and it was a 4 hour drive for me, and I came just to see you." And I was like, I was basically speechless. I was like, "Me? 4 hours to see me? What happened to that job? Why did I leave it?" My boss, talking about bosses not liking you and trying to find a way to get rid of you. My bosses didn't like me because Walmart is an uppity store. You pay full price for things. They sell the most expensive brands there, like stuff that millionaires would buy. Rich people. And I was supposed to have this snooty, professional persona. And I was supposed to be this tattletale that she dropped that pencil wrong. You need to write her up. She said she didn't go up and greet that person within 10 seconds of stepping on the carpet. You need to write her up. I didn't do any of that. And I wasn't snooty. Instead, I was chasing another department manager around racks. We were standing in the middle aisle, skipping around in circles. You know, I wasn't professional enough for them. I wasn't snooty enough for their snooty customers. So they did everything they could to get rid of me. And finally, I went to Walmart. I thought I found my niche. So do you ever have had in your life where you wish you could just throw everything away and restart your life all over again? Seriously. Let me catch up with you guys. Okay, what size are you? I would have to see you in your bra. Stock Explorer, and then I really genuinely could tell you what size you are, probably without even seeing you in person. You tell me what size bra you're wearing, and I see what it looks like on you. I could tell you because I'll tell you one thing. Desi was showing me her abs. Natalie knows the story. We were on lunch break, and Natalie wasn't in the break room with me. And Desi's like, "You got to see my abs. You won't believe your workouts are." I'm actually, for my first time in life, getting ripped abs. So she wanted to show it to me. And hi, oh Betsy Gamer, I seen you. So nice to have you in. Um, and I looked at her, and I'm like, "Girl, we got a problem." She's like, "Why?" I said, "You are getting a six pack, but you got a problem. Like, what size bra are you wearing?" And she was like, "Da da 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 da." And I said, "Girl, that bra is way too small for you." She's like, "Really?" She was barely fitting in her bra. She was spilling all the way out of it. When you have the right size bra, your breast, all of your breast tissue is inside that cup. And I'm sitting here like, we got a problem. And I told Desi, I said, after she told me her bra size, I said, "You are 32 double D." And she looked at me, she's like, "No way." She went and brought a 32 double D and came to me and she showed me it. And she was like, "Elaine, thank you so much." She says, "You have to do a bra fitting video on your channel." Desi is the one that encouraged me to do the bra fitting video that is on my channel because she says there's so many women out there that are in the wrong size and don't even know. She's like, "You need to teach them." So the thing that I wanted to say is from this poem that yes, I do want to disappear sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if anybody cares about me. I do want to start my life over sometimes. You know, when I was a teenager, I had two careers in mind. I was going to run a daycare center or I was going to be an interior designer. Kid Savage, hello, how are you? And don't you dare. If you say goodbye to me, no, 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 Savvy. Did you see this look I'm giving you right now? I'm glad to see you, Savvy. I hope you're doing good. What? Because I didn't say hello to you right away? I'm in the middle of thought process. Give me a second to say hi. I did say hi. But I do want to disappear sometimes because, like I said, some days I wish I could start my life over. What would have my life been if I followed my career path? I had my ideas of what I really wanted. No, no, Savvy, we're switching. Have you ever wanted to disappear, Savvy? Have you ever wanted to disappear, Stock Explorer? Have you ever wanted to disappear, Natalie Nicole? And oh, Betsy Gamer, if you're still in, have you ever wanted to disappear? Have you ever had times when you wanted to disappear every day? See, then you understand how I feel. And it's not a bad thing that I want to disappear. Sometimes I just want to restart. And I'm like, I really wanted my career path. I really wanted to either be running a daycare center or an interior designer or a photographer, or I wanted to stay single, get a good job, buy a 4-story house, farmhouse. Not playing. This is true. My mom will tell you this was my dream. I was going to have every room painted a different color, and I was going to take in foster kids. That was my goal. I was going to raise foster kids and take foster kids in. And I was going to take from ages 5 all the way up to teenage, mid teens. Give them a good home, give them a place where they were loved, where they felt safe. That was my dream. I've always wanted to be a foster mom. I've always wanted to be a foster mom. Not have my own kids, even though, yeah, pushing out your own child and having a growing inside you, there's nothing like it. But there's so many kids out there that need love. If my husband ever got on board with adopting a child, I'd be 100% elated and behind it. Because there's so many kids out there that need homes. And so I wanted to run a daycare center. And then when I wasn't at work with all these kids all day long, I wanted to come home to my foster children. That's what I wanted to do. So if I could push restart if I could disappear for a while to where people thought I didn't exist anymore. That's how I'd restart. I would restart and do what I really wanted to do. I also always wanted to be a professional fitness trainer, but I found out it doesn't make a lot of money. But thanks to Natalie and Desi, I'm fulfilling that dream with my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is the only thing that I would not want to disappear on and restart. I'd find a way to start it again after I've disappeared for a few years. I'd restart another YouTube channel. Trust me, and do the same thing. Maybe by then I would be the next Jillian Michaels. Who knows? You know? And then all of a sudden you guys would see me and be like, I know her. She's not dead. Like, wait a minute. This is where she went to. You know, um, I just, some days I contemplate because I think, I feel like I go to work, my job is humdrum. I feel like me and Natalie were talking about this work, and I don't care if they see this, Natalie. So don't feel bad about what I'm about to say. We go to work, and sometimes we feel our bosses don't even care. Like she said, one of the team leads, she said she'd come back from vacation. They didn't even ask her if she enjoyed her trip. It was one of our main team leads, and she didn't even ask her if she enjoyed her trip. She just said, well, she just came back from Disney. This is so-and-so. She just came back from Disney World. Didn't even say, hey, it's good to see you. We missed you. How was your trip? You know, and like she said, there's only one girl on days right now since she switched back to nights with me that's even said she's missed her. Only one. So Natalie feels how I feel. We feel like nobody cares sometimes, you know? Um, it's hard. You go to work, you're just a number. They don't say thank you. They don't appreciate what you've done. They don't do extra little things for you to let you know that they appreciate what you've done. Instead, they bark at you and yell at you if you're having a bad day or you've been off for a while from an injury with your hand. And then they decide to yell at you and use any excuse that they can that you're too slow, you're too this, you're too that. Instead of appreciating the fact that you showed up for work after 3-4 days and you made an effort to come back. They don't care. They rip into you for some things that ain't true, that isn't right. And so, what am I doing with my life? If I had my way, I would disappear. And you'd see me again as an either professional fitness trainer, running a daycare, or starting a new YouTube channel. And I would definitely be hunting all of you guys down because I would miss all of you. I would hope you would miss me. I don't know if you would, but I definitely would miss you. So, what do you guys think about this subject? I mean, honestly, tell me your feedback on it. Have you ever been that way where you just wish you could hit the restart button and start all over? Maybe for me, even though I love my husband, pick a new husband. Maybe I wouldn't even be married. Maybe I'd be single. A single foster mom. Because why would I need that? Why would I need a husband? And if I was a single foster mom, I'd have all these children to love and to love me. I wouldn't need anything else. Am I right? You know? You wish you could disappear from society, Kid Savage. I understand that. Sometimes it's good to disappear from society. And the way you're doing things because of that is smart because you don't have any social media accounts. The only thing you have is YouTube. You don't let anybody see your face, things like that. So nobody knows what you look like. I mean, none of us do. And you're smart. You're smart. You know that's the thing for you, and you lay low. And good for you, Savvy. I'm proud of you. And stick to your guns. Saga Explorer, you're right. I do have to want to be the one to make the move. I could change things. I could become a professional trainer. I need to really quit being afraid and even try applying at some of the gyms around here and see what happens. Apply for them and say, check out my YouTube channel because it's good reference. What my workouts look like. Who knows? You never know. You're a computer geek. Yes, you, Xavi, you are. And so is Natalie. Natalie, please don't be me. Don't waste your talent. Same with you, Savvy. Learn from me. Don't waste your talent. Don't be like me and wish you could press rewind and start all over again. Don't do that to yourself. So that's the reason why I'm having this blog. That's the reason I wrote the poem. I do sometimes I regret things. And I do wish I could restart my life. I wish I could rewind. I wish I could disappear. I wish, you know, and sometimes, yes, I do get we're human. So we all have those days where we feel like nobody likes me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody wants me around. Nobody's going to miss me. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't had times like that myself. I'd be totally lying to you guys because I have had those down times. And Natalie always comes up to me and be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, Savvy. Natalie needs to go for computer work somewhere because she's very, very good at it. And so do you. You would be great with computer work. So don't spend your life at McDonald's or wherever you're at. I don't know what your job is, but you said you work in a warehouse somewhere one time, and then food service or wherever you happen to work. I know you can change jobs again. So don't waste it, Savvy. You got some really good smarts. And listen, Savvy, listen to me. If you are a computer geek and you're really, really good at it, and you want to hide and disappear from society, getting into tech, a tech job, an office job where you work with tech would be so perfect for you. And I think it'd be perfect for Natalie. So don't waste it. Well, sometimes our anxiety does make us who we are. I do agree with that. Sucker Explorer, you're so right. You do have to quit worrying about what other people think. I agree. Savvy, you're not an awful person. Just know that. You're a sweetheart. So, and I know you're like me. I think you and I are two peas in a pod. We both have self confidence issues. So we get each other, you know. But you're a great person. You're a sweetheart. So don't think that about yourself, please. Stock Explorer is right. You do have a great sense of humor. I'm catching up with you guys, okay? Natalie, you're not a bother to me. You know what? I look forward to working with you. Honestly, I do. You're my favorite person at work. I look forward to working with you, Natalie, every day. I want you to know that you are not a bother to me. You know, I'm glad to have you around. I'm glad we met each other. Um, Working with you makes work not so boring because we're always laughing. You always make me laugh, even if you aren't telling your silly jokes, which I love them, and they always make me laugh. You always find something to make me laugh. Um, okay, she may be embarrassed if I tell this, but we had this whole entire conversation about you have this strange have something that is kind of strange that's also extremely satisfying. Something that you like that is strange that's very satisfying. I'm like, and I'm sitting here trying to think. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, are we going just weird or dirty or where is this conversation going? And before it was over, because the way we kept talking about it, I could not stop laughing. My sides were hurting. I was laughing so hard. I swear, Natalie always makes me laugh every time. Um, she definitely makes me laugh. I look forward to working with her. I love teasing her, and she teases me right back because I can give it to Natalie, and Natalie gives it right back to me, and I love it. So her and I work really well together. I agree that with you, Stocky Sport. And honestly, I didn't know my talent would be in profiting, and I thought I found my niche. And then Desi and Natalie got me started on the teaching workout classes. And I was really nervous at first, and I've always wanted to do it, but I didn't know if I had it in me to do it. And now look what I'm doing on YouTube. So, if I had never given it a chance or given it a shot, I would have never known, what could have happened or if anybody would have benefited from it or liked it or anything. But I'm very thankful that the girls talked me into trying it because I love it. It's my favorite thing to do now. I wish it was my full time job. Honestly, I'd like to save up by Walmart and see ya. Be a home wife, teach workout classes to people, and boom, done. You know, you want to be a detective savvy, but you also want to make television shows. I could totally see you making television shows. You would be the director behind the camera, telling everybody what to do, where to stand, everything. I could just see that. And that would be nothing that would be good for you because you'd be the one that comes up with the plots and sets it all up. But you're behind the scenes, so nobody sees you. And then if everybody wanted to interview you, because who is this upcoming producer or TV star that's behind the scenes with this new show, you know, do what you do with YouTube. Set up an interview, but do it where your face ain't showing. They hear your voice, but not see your face. Be perfect, so perfect. I can see it. See you doing that. Oh, I bet you're a lot better than you think, Savvy, when it comes to being a computer geek. You love McDonald's. You'll be the scriptwriter and the main character. Hey, there you go. You, I think you told me about that before um in another blog I've done. I think you have told me about the wanting to come up with the A's show called Adamson. That'd be kind of cool. I think that was named a detective. That would be awesome. I like it. You like the plain hamburgers. I like my Big Macs. I'm addicted to Big Macs now. They're my favorite. Absolutely. Natalie, what's your favorite thing if you're still in? It's so weird. She'll still be there, but then sometimes it'll just show two weirds up here. And I don't know why it does that. I think it has something to do with her Wi Fi. That'll cut her in and out. He's the weirdest detective I've ever heard, but the smartest. Gotcha. Like Sherlock Holmes type weird. I kind of, I don't know. Gotcha. That's Natalie's favorite. I thought she liked Big Macs. I don't care how my Big Mac is made as long as there's lots of pickles. Gotta have my pickles. All right, you guys. I know I feel like I'm being rude because I'm cutting this short, but I need to take him. Okay. Savvy's going to yell at me again. I need to take a bath and get ready for bed because I have to help my mom get to her doctor's appointment tomorrow. But I wanted to come on and explain my poem that I put on my Facebook. And no, be dirty. You just don't want me to go, do you? um, but anyway, it's just it's the truth. I do get really down on myself, and I know I try to keep my channel positive, but I feel like sometimes it's good for other people to hear that you have those moments when you want to disappear and everything. And this is the other thought I had before I go. I'll sign off because I forgot to mention it. If you guys have not seen it, when Christmas comes around this year, I want you to look for it. I want you to look for the movie called It's a Wonderful Life. Even though you guys all know me well enough, some of you know me well enough now that you know I don't celebrate holidays. It's my favorite, 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 and it only comes on at Christmas. Um, it's a very deep movie, but you better have a box of Kleenex sitting next to you because before it's over, you're a crier. You're going to be bawling your eyes out, and even if you're not, there's going to be a point where you're going to cry. But it's well worth watching, and it's called It's a Wonderful Life. And I don't want to give the whole thing away, but let's just say it starts him as a teenager falling in love in high school, and then he does get married. But then he has some trouble, and he keeps having like a snowball effect. We've all had that where it just seems like one thing after another keeps going wrong with your life, and you just wish you could disappear. You're done. You just wish you could disappear. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. Everybody would be better if I wasn't around. He wished he wasn't born. He wanted to die. He goes to the bridge, even though he's a good swimmer, and he takes something to help him so that he can jump in the water and drown himself. He's going to jump off this bridge. What happens, if you watch the story and watch the movie, is an angel is assigned to him, and his guardian angel has not earned his wings yet. And he, to get his attention, goes into the river and pretends to be drowning. And because he's such a good guy, even though he's contemplating committing suicide, he can't stand watching this guy drown. So what does he do? The angel's plan works. He jumps into this freezing, frigid, cold, icy water and saves him from drowning. And then when he gets the angel in this little cabin to get him warmed up and everything by the bridge, he's like, I had to jump in. He's like, why did you jump in? You're so dumb. Why da 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 da? He says, I had to pretend I was drowning. And he's like, why? Because I'm your guardian angel. No, you're not. You're not my guardian angel. Yes, I am. I'm your guardian angel. I was assigned to you. I am your guardian angel. And you were getting ready to commit suicide because you wished you were never born. Just like I right now wish I could disappear because I feel nobody cares about me because I'm in one of those moods. He wished he was never born. What did his guardian angel do? He would not, he insisted that nobody loves him, nobody cares about him, everyone would be better off if he wasn't even alive, that he's never touched anybody, never helped anybody. So he'd be better off if he wasn't alive. So finally, the angel's like, fine, I will fix this. You were never born. What? No way. You were never born. He had a bloody nose from jumping in the river to save him. The bloody nose was gone because he doesn't exist anymore. So he's walking around the town that he grew up in from the time he was a little kid, talking to all his friends that he used to know. Who are you? I don't know anybody named such and such. I'm so and so. You know who I am. We just had a poker game here. Da, 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 da. I don't know you. Nobody knew him. He finds his mother. She's renting out her house to as people to stay for hotel stays or things like that. Very bitter old woman. Because guess what? He was never born. He goes, he finds his wife, that his beautiful wife that he fell in love with as a teenager. Their two kids. Two kids don't exist. It's like, what the heck is going on? Goes to what was their house. It's still dilapidated. They never bought it. They never rebuilt it. Never remodeled it. Never fixed it. Because that's the house she wanted. It never happened. It's like a rundown old dilapidated house. Why? Because he was never born. Hi, Heather. And because he was never born, his wife Mary became a spinster, an old woman librarian who wasn't married, single, didn't have anybody. Why? Because he was never born. So, see, in the whole movie, It's a Wonderful Life, it's all about this guy who wished he could disappear because he wished he was never born because he really felt like he was a bother, that nobody cared about him. Nobody, that's what my poem was about. And nobody, cared about him. And that if he disappeared, he didn't touch anybody's life, never helped anybody, never touched anyone, never helped anyone, never. Until he walked to the town and seen the name of the town was changed, seen these people who were his best friends, didn't even know who he was, and seen how they were acting and how their lives was. It clicked with him. He realized maybe I actually did help somebody. Maybe I was good for somebody. Maybe I did touch somebody's life. And at the end of the movie, the angel lets him be born again. And he goes, and he's so happy to see everybody. And he runs home to his family. And all the whole town found out that they were in financial trouble because this guy was trying to frame him for stealing money he didn't steal. And every single person in town gave him money to pay it back. That's how much he touched the people in the town's lives. They all came to his rescue. They said, "You've always helped us, so what makes you think we would come to you when you needed help?" And then at the very end of the movie, the bell rings on the Christmas tree in The Wonderful Life. And it says, and then his daughter, as he's holding her, says, "Look, Daddy, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings." So guess what? His angel, guardian angel was Clancy. And he looked up at the sky and he's like, "Good job, Clancy," because he saved him. He saved him from committing suicide. He showed him that he did make a difference in people's lives. So when we get down on ourselves, when we have those times when we feel like nobody cares about us, nobody loves us, then start looking deeper into yourself, looking deeper into the people around you, and think about, what would things be like if I really was not here? What would it be like? If I was never born, if I was no longer here, how would they be handling things without me? Think about maybe little things you always do for them every day, and then contemplate that. They would have to do those things for themselves. How will they fend? Well, would they fend, without you being around? And try to really think deeper about that before you think about running away and disappearing. Because sometimes we do get down on ourselves. I know lately I've been down and depressed myself, and I do want to disappear. I do feel like nobody cares about me. But then in the end, if I think deeper, I realize, I'm stupid. That maybe somebody out there does care about me. And maybe I have touched somebody. Maybe I have made a difference, and I just don't even know I have. Like the guy in the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. Maybe I'll never know how much I touched people, because sometimes you never know, because maybe they never tell you, but you make a difference just by being there. So continue being you, continue working hard, work for your dreams. You can do things and help people, help them make a difference in their lives, even if it's by something that you say or do. It may make that whole person's day. It may make them contemplate things. So, Heather, I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing well, girlie. Are you? I know you're struggling right now. Heather used to work with me. I was talking about Bonmar earlier, Heather. She knows how mean those bosses were at Bonmar. Um, she worked with me at Bonmar, and she worked with me in the ball department. She worked with me. She'll tell everybody I was her boss. But we had so much fun working together. Heather and I really did. So her and I go way back to Belmar days. That's how I met her. And then I met her mom later. So, her mom, I consider her mom my work mom. It's so funny. But anyway, you guys, thank you. I'm so glad you came in, Heather. It's so good to see you. And it's good to see everybody. I hope every one of you have a wonderful, wonderful night. And really meditate on what I'm talking about. Think about it. Because I know there are times she's struggling right now because she, you guys need to applaud this girl. Heather is a sweetheart and still sweet as pie. She's been through breast cancer and fighting it. She's lost her husband during that time. And I think it was the anniversary just came up. I seen it on her Facebook. I mean, I can't even imagine all the struggles you've been through, Heather. I love you too, Heather. I really do. And I know you've had such a rough time, and I think about you every day. You're a sweetheart. And, she could give up, but she hasn't. She's got two beautiful children. Two beautiful children that she's raising that she should be very proud of. And it's because of her that they're turning out as good as they are. So, if she wasn't around, things would be different for her children. Things would be different for her mom. Think about those things. Think about how somebody that you loved deeply, that's not here anymore, how did it impact you? Not having them around anymore, used to them doing things for you, being there for you, and then they're not there anymore. Think about that. And then think about yourself saying, I wish I wasn't born. Nobody cares about me. I've never helped anybody. Nobody cares. They could care less if I was gone. They wouldn't miss me. Rethink that. Rethink it. Especially if you lost someone close to you. Rethink it. And then you'll realize, yes, you do make a difference. Even if it's a small difference. We all make a difference. We just don't know how much. So hang in there. Keep fighting. And don't ever give up. Keep moving. Keep eating healthy. Don't ever give up, you guys. I'm glad you're getting better, Heather. I know it's been so hard for you. I need to come pick you up so we can go to McDonald's. Everybody wants McDonald's now. McDonald's run. There we go. Good night, everybody, and thank you for coming in. And I'm hoping now you understand. If you've seen my poem that I wrote on Facebook, now you know what it was about. And it was kind of deep, but hang in there. And then when you have those days where you wish you could disappear because you feel nobody loves you, nobody cares, nobody would miss you, fight, struggle to get through those feelings, get down deep, and pull yourself up again. Because I guarantee you, even if you just touch one person, your life is worth it. Have a good night, everybody.